have my phone upside down. Yeah, I think I needed to sit like that. I've also noticed that I've had to do a lot less for my digestion lately. Yeah, there we go. Much better. I had to do a lot less for my digestion lately than what I've done in the past because oh, I think my body is doing what it's supposed to do. I think so. I'm just listening to our. I'm listening to the wind outside. Connecting with the root. What in Qigong they call it joy. Traditional Chinese medicine, they call it your dantian, which is right here, right underneath of your belly button, your lower dantian, and your upper dantian, I believe, is right here where your sacral chakra is, and connecting all of that, like my heart felt like it's been burst open in the best way. Like it's not too open, but it feels like ready for all of the possibilities of life and love and connection and all of the things. My body has also been calling me to talk more, but I needed to ground and center myself like I just did. Even just sitting like that, not sitting in a chair, but sitting on the floor. I've been doing that a lot more. And I only really brought my chair because I had my chair at my desk. I brought my chair back in here because I was starting to do my makeup more, but I did my makeup on the floor yesterday. So I'm going to put the chair back in the other office. Doing things that we always did, primal energy, that's what we're getting back to, but we have to balance it because a lot of people are going to not know how to direct that energy. I feel my food digesting. They're not going to know how to direct that energy in their favor, and it's going to, for a lot of people, be very chaotic and be less, what do you call it, counterproductive, because everybody is mad at the world and they're angry. In actuality, a lot of them are hurt and scared and don't know how to communicate that with themselves, rightfully so, because society and those who, whatever, people were programmed that way. No more over explanations. No more over explaining for me. People were programmed that way. Fix my bed. So with that, our primal energy is throughout our whole body, of course, right? Our primal energy is our root chakra, right? Is our root chakra. And I just also noticed that I'm wearing black today. I was going to wear this. I'm gonna wear it tonight when I film. This rainbow colored uh, bikini cover up that I love. It's animal print and it's rainbow colored. And I just grabbed this black, and that was before the wind started blowing. The wind and stuff. The wind wasn't blowing this hard, and the sun was not this bright. Not like this earlier, because I woke up around. It was 3:33. I woke up around 10. I woke up at 10 and went back to sleep, and then woke up again at 12. I've also been making myself go back to sleep. That's the only thing I've been making myself do. Is get up and move my body a little, keep the spine and stuff lubricated, and making myself go back to sleep. Because these last 2 months, with the exception of a few days each week, like 1 or 2 days each week, I have been getting fat, like 5 hours of sleep or less. And I know that's because the energy in my body is like vibrating up and down and up and down. I have to get it out. which means that I need to be more active. I'm ready to be active. But I can't just jump. I can do all things. I can just jump into making my body be more active, but I've done that in the past. And if I wasn't ready for it, now I know what to do. So I can't say what it would do and it'd be a bad thing because now I know what to do. But in the past, it would throw my whole system off. So before I knew how to ground again and cool down and ground, not just do a regular physical cool down, but then actually meditate or breathe or flow and stuff to get my energy back centered, I would be on 10 the entire week. Or I would be really exhausted and no amount of sleep would be able to get that out. Now I know what to do. So I can be more active. And in Qigong, the mind, I think they say the mind controls the Qi, or it causes the Qi to flow. I can't remember how they word it. So mind over everything, which is why I did my ritual, and I'm going to finish it. Just need to lay down. Because I'm going to get myself up to do some more physical, higher energy stuff to help get this energy out. Because I need it. I just have to. There's some things that I need to do first. And I love noticing that and realizing that about myself. Because in the past, they would be like, get up and do HIIT workout and do this and do that. And acting like somebody was in the military, because that's really where it comes from. Masculine military energy. Overly masculine military energy is where it would come from. And where a lot of trainers, that's why I would never book a trainer, a fitness trainer, because a lot of them have been trained to train like military motherfuckers, and one, fuck them, but two, that's not how my body works. You're not going to tell me to push through and do 10 more, or, faster, move, or go to hell. move, you do 5 more, go to fucking hell. Like, absolutely the fuck not. No. But it is like 72 degrees outside after being 84 all week. So that's perfect to go outside and jump rope. It gets humid around here. That's the thing. Where I live, it's gorgeous, all nature. But we are literally in a dome. Like if I were to show y'all our property, we are literally in a dome of trees. That's how the people who built our house designed it. Ironically, the guy was it was a military family, and they built the house and on the property, and it's in a dome. Like all the trees surround it. So now that they've grown out more, the trees are like almost completely over our house, almost completely. It's still got like 20, 30 feet or something, but it causes a lot of humidity. Once you step outside of it, you don't feel the humidity as much, but inside it gets so hot and humid. And humidity is nothing to fucking play with, okay? I've landed up in the hospital because of humidity. And born and raised in DC, so I know what humidity feels like. People always underestimate when they come here. They're like, oh my God, it's so humid. Yes, because we live in a bowl. DC and certain parts of Maryland are in a bowl. And it's humid as fuck. Like, it's hell. And then don't be down, you got all the buildings and shit too. But out here, it's different. It's hot as hell. So if it feels like, if it's 85 degrees outside and it just rained or it's about to, it's going to feel like almost 100. I take desert heat over humidity heat because that humidity heat will reach down in your esophagus, grab your lungs, and will not let go. So no, I don't play with that. So I wanted to go for a walk so bad, but where I walk, because everything else is country land and road, where I walk is all trees, and it feels like even when it's cool, you can still feel the humidity. You can tell that it's thick. You can cut it with a knife. So I've been in the house, outside of going outside for like 5-10 minutes. But today, it feels like a good day outside of just the wind, which now you got to worry about plowing. Time for me to move. So I'm using this as the opportunity to rest because that's what I feel like it's telling me to do. Eat lighter. Because for me, two small sweet potatoes and eggs is light. Eat lighter. Matter of fact, I'm ready to go eat again because I eat that around 11. And lay your ass down. Then around, one thing I love about the summertime, I think most of us love about the summertime, is it doesn't get dark until like 7 or 8 o'clock. Actually, sometimes around 9. Like I'll still see the sun going down around 8. And I'm like, oh my God. I love the night, but if I'm really feeling the day, I want it to be day. But yeah, around 5 o'clock is when I'll go outside and do my jump rope and stuff because that definitely helps. Or rebounding because we have a mini trampoline too. Yeah, I'll rebound. I'll do the trampoline, but I'll do my arm yoga because I don't want to jump on a hard surface. And like I said, our grass is too long. I'm not playing with these ticks around here because I was walking past and I saw ticks hanging on the blades of grass and shit. We've been having to check the dogs um, outside just in case because they ain't playing. There's been a lot more rain over the last 2 years. We've gotten more rain probably than we've ever gotten. And we've been out here for a few years. So them ticks come with vengeance. I ain't playing. I've had 2 ticks on me in the last 5 years. Absolutely not. Mm-mm. So yeah, I think I'll rebound. Rebound. Is it rebound? Is it called rebounding when you jump on a trampoline or bounce? I think so. Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like it's rebounding, and I did that last week, and I felt it was so cute. It was fun. I put on the Renaissance album by Beyonce. My songs, Honey, yeah, Honey. I put on Honey, and then let the rest of the album play, and I just bounced. And it was like bouncing and jumping in a circle and laughing and stuff. You have to do stuff that brings out your inner child. It technically is not your inner child because it is you. You're never separated from your inner child. That's why there's been all of these commercials with candy, and I think they got like a protein candy now or whatever. It's like a puff thing. It's because they're reaching down and it's protein, which also deals with the primal energy in our bodies. It's intentional. So connecting with your inner child is so important because so many people have been disconnected from that to the point of where they think stuff like giggling and frolicking is for children. I feel for those people so much because have you ever frolicked? Frolic just for the sake of frolicking and giggling like a toddler is so much fun. You do not know what you're missing out on if you have not frolicked and if you have not giggled. Like, please giggle. Please embrace that side of yourself because that is how you're going to release all of this energy that wants to rip people's heads off. So, the people that will be going out and doing things, and a lot of people are doing them right now, the masses that may be doing that, they won't have those outlets, but you can have that outlet to connect with yourself, have fun, go out in nature, go in water, splash your face with water. Matter of fact, when we first moved here, we had a water balloon fight. And we blew up a inflatable pool, and our big asses grabbed some water balloons and was throwing them at each other. It was so much fun. And we also had like the little cheap water guns, not the really expensive ones, but like just the cheap ones you had to like pump. It was so silly. Do that. Even if you buy some rubber duckies and put them in your own bathtub. do something like that. Paint, finger paint, get messy. Um, Stop worrying about things having to be so pristine and perfect and things like that, and just go have fun. It's been so long since people have had fun, to the point where there are people who can't have fun unless they're intoxicated. Do you know how exhausting it is to be around those people? And I get it. I get where it comes from. That's why you need to focus more on doing things that are fun for you, or figuring out what is fun for you that you can do sober. And sometimes you may have to do those things intoxicated until you get used to doing them sober. Because your body is so used to doing that. But it's so important to go out and have fun. Sing at the top of your lungs. If you have friends in a car, just go put on some music and just sing. Dance around your house. Dance while you cook. I cooked for our house. What was that, last week? Something like that. And normally, circulation wise, I can't stand long periods of time just in one spot. But I put on music. First 10, 15 minutes, I was just, doing my regular stuff. But this mix, what mix was it? I put on the Zach Fox elevator mix, right? And then I listened to the K Tronada elevator mix. Go on YouTube and watch those. The elevator, mix or whatever it's called. Zach Fox and then K Tronada. And they put the blend of mix or something that got me like shimmying, and for like 2.5 hours I was doing nothing but dancing. I was dancing so much that when the food was done and everybody took their plate, I was still dancing because the energy was flowing. Sometimes you have to start the process of certain things and let the energy sweep you up and get you in the groove. Sometimes you can't make yourself I'm checking. Okay. Sometimes you can't make yourself do something. You have to start the process and then get into the process. An example is my mother took me to go see the movie Well Rider, which I'm in love with that movie. If you have not seen Well Rider, you might have to look for it. Oh, beautiful. But I didn't want to see it. She took me late one night. I didn't want to see it. Me being a little shit. And she's like, "Come on, let's go and watch it." Late one night in DC, nobody during the weekday, nobody else was, at the movie theaters. Maybe two other people. And I want to say maybe 20 minutes into the movie, I was like all sunk down into my chair, just mad. Energy, right? And midway through the movie, I was like sat all the way up in my seat. By the end of the movie, I was crying. I fucking love that movie. And she would not let me live it down. She was like, she didn't want to go see it. And by the time the movie was over, she and I was mad at her for a while. Kept bringing it up, but I understood it. Like she wasn't making fun. It was more of it was something new. My Taurus rising didn't want to see something I didn't know, because I think I'd seen a commercial once and was like, I don't know. And she's like, come on. And then after it was a huge storm in DC. Like literally, like we were stuck. The water was to our knees. A guy in one of the metro buses had to come and scoop us. He was like, "I'm off duty, but I could take you as close as possible, on my route to get back to the station." And luckily, we lived on his route, uh, literally. So he took us basically all the way home. And he was like, "Cause I'm not leaving y'all out here." Like, he's like, "I don't care." It was pouring, the synchronicities of that night, because it was not supposed. I don't think it was supposed to rain, or it was supposed to rain lightly, and it was a whole full on monsoon, damn near. But sometimes you have to get the energy started. Your mind, that's the mind, right? Her her mind took me to the movies when I was in a funky little mood, and the mind jump started the energy, because that's what your energy does. That's how it works. Sometimes you have to create the energy yourself, even if it takes a little while. We had a cookout on Sunday, and it's a lot of energy around a lot of people. So for 2 days, right, I kept trying to get back into my routine, my ritual. I was like, stop. Make sure you eat your nutrients and hydrate yourself. Just rest. Sometimes you can't get into the groove of the ritual because your body is asking you to rest. That's it. Your body is asking you to just do this. Like literally just. And sometimes if it's too much energy in your brain to watch TV, just sit in silence, or maybe just, play some TV. Just do this and don't feel bad about it. because that means that your body is collecting the energy. It's building the energy up in your body and in your minds for you to use later. Rest is not a bad thing, babes. I promise you it's not. You're not lazy because you need to lay down. Matter of fact, the more I lay down, the more energy I have. You're not lazy because you need to lay down. You heard it here, okay? Sometimes your body is screaming for you to lay down. Sometimes it's been a while since you just laid down. And I haven't been able to get enough sleep. So full moon of Sagittarius coming up. I have been getting 3, 4, only 4, 5 hours of sleep because I've been making myself go back to sleep after I wake up. Like I'm gonna lay here, god damn it. Like because I'm like, I could tell I need more rest. And then I'll, end up drifting off to sleep for like another hour and a half or two. And then my body's like, wake up. Your body is telling you exactly what it is that you need. Okay? Listen to it. Your body will not, I don't know if y'all can hear it. We're upstairs walking. Your body will not steer you wrong. Not your mind. Your body. Yeah, the dog's coming down the steps. I don't know if they picked that up. But she always sounds like she's falling down the steps when she runs. Okay. She didn't fall. Your body is how you can connect with your body versus your mind. Your mind is usually more anxious. Your mind is usually more, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, but I gotta move, and I ate, now I have to do this, and I have to work on. Your mind is usually, even if it's not that restless, your mind is usually trying to force you to either be more productive. I don't like that word. I don't like that word. I used to use it a lot. I don't like it because being productive sounds like force. It sounds like you're trying to make yourself do something that you actually don't want to do. And when you listen to your body, sometimes your body tells you you just need to lay down. Yeah, those clothes are piling up. Just lay down. Lay down. But I've been laying down for 3 days. Okay, keep laying down. Keep laying down. Uh, uh, um, why I gotta wash the dishes? Give it another half a day. Just rest. Just lay down. I had a friend who was severely depressed, and she was a Pisces, so that was a double-edged sword. So her and her brother were very depressed, and her house was filthy. Their house was disgusting. Very nice, very sweet people. Loved them very. Yeah, care for them very deeply. Attempted to help them clean their house one time, and they were very. I think they were ashamed about it. So at the time, I just let them be their own energy. I think they appreciated it, but they weren't ready to accept it. It's fine. She always wanted to rest and sleep, but I think she never really fully got rest and sleep. One, because she was a Pisces, but two, because she hadn't really dealt with what she was dealing with and going through. So it kept coming back and manifesting itself as her needing to get a lot more sleep because that's what she needed. Her energy, her spirit, her soul was restless. And we used to hang around each other like a lot. I would always be over her house. That was my main apple scrapple. We just ended up growing apart. But when we were always around each other, we was always laughing, giggling. Sometimes we would fall asleep watching TV and things. And I think she appreciated that and liked it, and I did too, because the child was going through shit as well. So being around her allowed me permission to just rest because at home I felt very lazy. I did not. That's why I don't like the word depression anymore. I could look up the etymology of it later, but I don't really care for the word depression because it's usually just your body just telling you that you need to pour into yourself a lot more, even if that means what they say, bed rotting, which I don't like that. It's so many negative words to go along with us nurturing ourselves. I hate that. I used to use them too. They used to be right in my handy dandy notebook. I don't use them anymore. Now I look at it differently. It's just our bodies telling us that we need to nurture ourselves. So I'll nurture myself and allow myself to just do this. Literally. I did manage to clean my room yesterday last night. And my stomach, my food is digesting too. That's all. Another thing. Sometimes we can feel too restless because sitting straight, like down, like how we sit in chairs, as well as standing, isn't really great for our digestion, right? Laying down, not right after you eat, but laying down, resting, reclining, uh, moving our spine and our hips and our flow, like dancing while we walk. We should absolutely add that more into our daily lives. That's better for our digestion than doing a bunch of jumping and running and shit like that. Okay, so I wasn't tripping. I was like, I feel like there's like a mark on my face right there. Is that's better for our digestion. And so because we're always sitting and standing and walking and trying to be productive, our bodies can't do what it wants to fucking do. Our bodies can't do what it naturally wants to do. And our bodies naturally want to let our bodies move. I mean, our organs and stuff move. So what's better for us is sitting on the floor, laying our asses down, reclining, and moving our bodies and our spines and our hips while we're standing and not just standing in one spot. It irks me when I see parents to be telling their kids to stop moving so much. I'm like, children are doing what their bodies are telling them to do. As long as they ain't running and if they're running and pulling shit off the shelves, that's what they're supposed to do because they're children. It's the parents are supposed to, correct their behavior. But they have a lot of energy in their body, as do we. Like we are still children. We just have the mental capacity to make certain decisions, but we are still children. We still babies. That's why it's so funny when people was like, I'm a 30-year-old teenager because we are. We are not that far off from our child mind. Society programs us to be so disconnected from our child minds, our child selves, our inner child. So now there's commercials that are pushing us to get back there, but make sure that you are the one that's in control of your childlike essence and not society. Because that just because they're pushing something, it's both. They're pushing it because it's a positive thing, but it can absolutely be used in a negative way if you're not really fully aware of it, or just naturally not in that state. Because there have been people who haven't been woke, but I've absolutely seen them live their lives as their full, grounded self or true, excuse me, true self, and without having to be aware of it. Is that a horn? You have to understand, I don't live around anything, so hearing car noises and shit is always like who's on our property or the work trucks are doing something. I was like, is that a horn? See, and now I feel from the beginning I was feeling like a lot of energy. Now I feel calmer. I feel like my energy is more centered, more grounded. I feel like the wind is starting to, slow down from all of the blowing. The sun has started to not be, let me show you, not be bright as hell because it was bright as fuck. And in my room, I realized I like my bedroom to be one color. Like my desk is a mess, but I like my bedroom to be one, like just clean. Even though I love how decorated bedrooms look, I would absolutely have a bedroom that wasn't my bedroom for decoration, for decor reasons. But I like my bedroom to just be with maybe a little bit of trinkets and stuff because I have my altar over here. I have shelves on my desk and stuff. But I would put up like curtains, like maybe white curtains or blue curtains or something like that. But having like a lot of shelving and stuff, it feels too much for me. Now the rest of the house will absolutely be decorated. It looks like a goddamn museum in the house, but my room, where I create, no, those places need to be very simple. Yep, and I feel just chill. And I've been laying here like almost an hour. So I can get up, I can drink some water. Now I feel like, oh yeah, I'm gonna eat again. My stomach is gurgling. And now I feel like I can focus on what it is that I wanted to do and what I was going to do without having to force myself. I did eat, so I did have energy brewing in my body, but it was so much energy I could only do like one or two things. Definitely feel the energy of the full moon. I definitely feel it, so I'm gonna use it to my advantage. Started with uploading this video as is. I'm also doing that a lot more. Things not having to be so polished and perfect. Fuck that. Unless there's something that I really want to work on and plan out. That's my water bottle. It was a kombucha bottle. So, and now my energy feels more grounded. Oh wait, that lighting was pretty. I don't know why I look red. I think it's my camera. Am I right? I feel like I always come off so red, but I swear my skin is in real life is neutral. But we know these cameras are racist, so they don't really pick up on the undertones of brown skin that well, depending on the lighting. I have to manipulate the lighting so much. But filming in front of my window, like especially during golden hour. So let me hurry up and wash my face because I think I want to do that today. But then again, I don't want to sit in a chair. I need to get a mic so I can sit outside. I've been saying that for the longest time. I'm gonna get buy me a mic. Buy me a mic so I can sit outside. I feel like somebody's auntie or librarian. And you go nibble or something. I can tell that I've gotten all the nutrients over the last few weeks because I don't even want as much food as I was eating. I was eating like all day. I definitely gained probably 10 more pounds. I'm like 140. I weighed myself at the spa. I'm like 143 now. And I'm getting back up to like 150, maybe 160. So I still got between 8 and 20 more pounds to go. I like being 160. I do. So, but I'm starting to bulk and I'm gonna start to lift weights now to build that muscle because I want it to be mostly muscle. Not all muscle, but a good amount of it. Maybe be like 15 to 18% body fat or a little bit more. It's different for black women than it is for the traditional BMI metric or whatever. Because, come on now. Look at our ancestors. Look at African women. We still got them genes. So, go downstairs for my water. I gotta take my probiotic. And I noticed with my probiotic that I get less bloated when I make sure one, I eat, but two, that's better. One, I eat, and two, I'm hydrated. A lot of times people will get really bloated from taking a probiotic, and it's not really because they don't eat it with food is because they're not hydrated enough. You know, that's powder and protein. Protein? Don't quote me on that. Whatever the hell it is in a probiotic. I know I'm not remembering right now. And so, I feel like sitting downstairs. Hold on. They're not hydrated enough, basically. Let me take it. So, that, and I have been skipping days where my body gets used to eating regular food because sometimes taking supplements all at once can absolutely overload just your body. Your body's trying to process everything.